Hello everyone, this is Sneaky Mitchell here, and I'm going to show you my Vile DK build. This build, it will be meant for vet dungeons, and also I did this on vet trials on AA, but it was laggy as hell, so I'm like, oh god, no. Alright, starting off, Undine's Rage Battle Axe, with Nernhold on it. Next, for dual wield, we got Maelstrom Axe, Nernhold. Maelstrom Axe again, this time charged. And the Dominus Helmet, just get all of the 2 stats. Vile Chest Piece, Reinforce, it doesn't matter which one you pick. Divines, whatnot. Undine's Shoulder Piece, Divines. Undine's Belt, Divines. Gloves of Undine's, Divines. Vile Heritage, again, with the leggings, so I could get the 2-piece bonus with all the resistance, which maximizes the resistance for like medium armor. And the rest will be rings, and the boots will be Hundies as well. So pretty much, here's my stats. I'm just gonna buff up here. Don't mind the you know, the weirdness of like using a 2-hander with the rally. I'll explain that in a moment. Alright, there you go. Alright, on to the skills. So I'm using Brawler, and Brawler's pretty good. You could use Car, but I like to use Brawler because the damage shield scales off of max weapon damage, so yeah. Nox Breath, of course. Volatile Armor. Molten Armaments, just get those heavy attacks. I use Forward Momentum just to keep the sustain, so it'll be my heal. Everyone else got Vigor, but for 2-hander you'll be like using that. And I use Dawnbreaker at the front, and I use a stun. So I use Bloodthirst, Venomous Claw, Blood Craze, and this Silver Leash, I'll explain that in a moment. It's a very situational option, and also you can either use a Deadly Cloak or Quick Cloak, it doesn't matter. But I'm like, I really don't care. I'd rather have like a little bit more damage, and I barely use it, and I'm pretty good at like dodge royale situations of different AoEs that can one-shot me. But most AoEs, I'm like, you know, when I use a Brawler, they had to go through my damage shield, and then my 21k health, since I like to run like around 20k or so with my stam builds. Well, most builds pretty much. And I pretty much use Silver Leash just to get the if I'm like far away and whatnot, I could like get like a melee effect real soon. It'd be right there. Yep. And also you'll get like a 3% as well with the damage, like I shown right there in the video. Alright, for the CP tree, it really depends on you for your race style, since I'm a Nord and whatnot. So let's get to the magic cut first. So I put 44 points into Mighty, 30 points into Piercing, 46 into the Armor Charge. But if you need more Piercing, you could just get rid of Mighty, just put more Piercing. Or if not, if you got like a high crit like a Khajiit, or you use like, say, oh, I'd rather use you know, precise stuff like that, just put like more precise strikes, you know. It just depends on you. Like, I don't want like people to like copy the builds, be like, oh, it'll be working out for me, and then they try to be like, oh, it doesn't. Alright, for this one I put 120 points due to the fact of the off balance. For the Atronach, the off balance while you dodge roll is really good, and also the Butcher, which is very good for like a little bit execute phase for more damage. And that is really good. Really good for like PvE or PvP. It's like really good. But even though that there's like a magical build out there, you know, they can help you get the off balance. Alright, the Steed, 45 into Ironclad. Don't worry about the resilient. If you're focused on mainly PvE with this build, I'll say just get rid of that. Maybe put some spell resistance and whatnot. I just put it there because I'm like, Yeah, I don't want to keep on switching back and forth because I PvE, PvP with this type of build a little bit. I usually put 120 points because of reinforce, because especially if you're on console, you need to block, and then you need to press the A button or the X button to dodge roll. So you pretty much you get the damage shield a little bit for a little bit more survivability. Yeah, like I said, I was pointing that out. Alright, 120 points. Of course, doesn't matter which one, just depends on which phase. If you're having problems dying, just switch it out, blah blah blah. I just put it like this because DKs usually get a lot of spell resistance, and you know, Unchained, the most OP thing in the game for stamina characters, and also that a little bit, just get more resource management. Oh, what am I saying? Oh, I put nothing into there. 120 points into that. You know, just get the synergizer and the when running, which gives me 2% more movement speed, 10% more magical recovery, health recovery. Like, if you want, you could get rid of the 20 points into healthy and just put like either Mooncalf or more tenacity, so you can get more resources. Like I'm showing right now, like say get rid of all this. Oh, I will just go split up right here. Oh, split up right there. There you go, 6660. Ooh, that's good. That's sexy. All right, so I put 63 Shadow Ward because, you know, blocking. You know, you gotta block certain things. Roll dodge. You know, like for PvE wise, it's pretty easy to tell if you're gonna be stunned or not. Like for PvP, you're probably gonna be using, you know, Warlord is it? I think, I don't know the thing. And also, I like to mention I'm using the Warrior Mundus, so that way I could get the huge weapon damage. If you want, you could use the Lady, or whatever the resistance thing that penetrates, or the Thief, or whatever. It's up to you, you know. Alright. So pretty much the rotation is pretty simple, like, you know, like, don't worry about this clip right here. It's just a little bit of screw up that I did a little bit. I was doing it too fast. Like, you know, this is how it would be when you're like doing it quick, like try to light tag, you know, like I try to slow down right here, like, you know, it's just say, hey, run, do this. For me, I'm like, fast. Gotta try things fast. Try resource management, you know, that sort of thing. So I pretty much do is, you know, when you start fight, just flurry, light attack, venomous claw. Well, it just depends because, you know, since the axe proc, it really doesn't matter. You just keep on flurry as best you can. Always keep that up at all times. And also, if you switch your back bar to your brawler and Noxious Breath, the flurry will count for that, for like increases of weapon damage and whatnot. So you get like a nice little burst off and whatnot. And also if you got your ulti up, like say your Dawnbreakers, that affects it because it's damage over time, or Ren, you just do that, you know. You just flurry, light attack, or if you're afraid that your axe will proc, just do that, you know. So that way you don't wanna, you know, use up your flurry damage on like your bleed, even though that you want like say your nice little burst damage of your ulti. So yeah, I just try to DPS as like hard as possible. Keep on like putting dots. If I don't put up dots on the enemy at all, my Vile Heritage will be useless because it needs to proc like at 10%, and during all those animations it'll be like almost 100%, almost, in most situations. So yeah, pretty much I'm gonna be doing some other builds as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a magic DK as well later on. Just gotta level them up. And also for pots for this, I'm using like weapon crit, health, and stamp pot but if you want to use brutality pots, that's fine, so you can keep it brutality 100% all the way. Alright, so that's it.